I hate being taken for a full GoPro. With all the social media content out there on the GoPro 13, I've got an itch I need to scratch. But let me explain my relationship with GoPro first. And it's not a commercial one. It's more of an emotional one. I've been using these things since the version 2. This is actually a version 3 because most of my cameras are spread across the world on the bottoms of seas and oceans or smashed to pieces in different mountain ranges. So the GoPros were always my go-to action cameras, and they've been an industry standard for years. Every single company we see making these now, they originated from the GoPros, and there's no questioning that. And for most part, they were a reasonable success, maybe apart from GoPro 8 that had non-replaceable lens covers, and somehow, from all the choices that other companies could make, Insta decided to go with the non-replaceable lens cover that everyone in the industry criticized. However, they found a way around it by telling influencers not to mention that their reviews are sponsored. Pretty much of a dick move. And a pretty useless camera for action sports, because one of the things I'm replacing all the time are those lens covers. Bottom line is that was always the camera of choice. All GoPros came with some sort of issues that I'm sure you're aware of. And putting overheating aside, because I'll discuss that in a second, my latest GoPro 12 started doing really random stuff from the get-go. So, starting with the fact that it kept on freezing, just like all my previous GoPros did, where the only solution for that was to open up the battery compartment, pulling the battery out, putting it back in and restarting the camera. Now, if I'm on the water, that's clearly not gonna happen because I will put water inside of the camera and destroy it. If I'm riding a bike, typically that thing is strapped to my chin, so I can't even tell that this is not recording. Or if it's jammed, because the red LED normally is on, and so we assume it's working, and then after an awesome day out, you realize you've got no footage whatsoever. The other big issue I had with the 12 and the Enduro batteries is that they kept discharging themselves overnight sometimes. So I was charging the camera the day before, was rocking up to the spot, and that thing refused to switch on numerous times. And yes, I did everything. I switched off the Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi, the voice commands. I even switched off the front screen. I've done everything to prevent the battery from draining, and yet, randomly, it was dropping to like 0 voltage, which also meant that if you plug it in, it didn't want to charge. And yes, I waited 30 minutes, GoPro, for this to pick up a charge. It never worked. The only thing that worked was taking the battery out, plugging the GoPro into the charger, starting the GoPro, slamming the battery in, and then the charge was getting picked up, which I'm guessing is not the best thing for the battery, and also not something I really want to do, especially when I'm in a rush. If you do any sports and you know you're arriving at a spot and you're ready to go, you're putting your gear on, whether it's biking or skydiving or surfing, you just want to be in the water. I really don't want to wait half an hour to charge up the battery, and also this charger's so damn slow, it almost felt unusable. But then I thought, you know what, there's a new GoPro coming out, so maybe I'll give that a go, because surely they improved it, like there has to be something new, right? Wrong. I think there's a lot of people like me, and I'm pretty sure you're the same, looking at GoPro website on a pre-order list and wondering whether I should go for another one. Because it's GoPro, right? We always use GoPros for everything. I don't know, we maybe is an overestimate here, but I did. I always use GoPros for everything. And I went back and forth. I've added it to the basket, and I went back to like, actually it's $400. Can I find a cheaper alternative? Maybe I should buy another 12, but then that 12 is causing me so many issues. I really don't want to jump in the same puddle again, and it felt like a buyer's pre-regret, if that makes any sense. And the fact that this is the same bloody camera as GoPro 11 and GoPro 12, just with added 400 FPS slow-mo, it's 720p in 2024? I mean, come on guys, who's using 720p? We moved on from that. And no one needs that much of a slow motion. What we need is a camera, first of all, that doesn't freeze. Second of all, it charges. It would be nice like adding fast charger to this like everyone else does. But also, that has a much better sensor, because this hasn't been updated in ages. The chip inside is exactly the same. There's absolutely no reason to upgrade. Zero, no, nada. And yes, there's no improved low light performance. And I'm not talking vlogging in the middle of the night somewhere. I'm talking dark days when you're going through a dark forest. And even then, that thing falls short. So all we hoped for was maybe catching up with the rest of the market and adding that 1-inch sensor into the camera. Or maybe at least better processing so it allows you to film in darker scenarios. But no, we've got the same camera just for a higher price. And oh yeah, you can add a lot of attachments to this, the new lens, like anamorphic stuff, to an action camera. So basically building a grand worth of a rig that's no longer a sports camera. That makes zero sense. And I don't know, maybe I'm just the wrong target audience for this. Maybe they're actually targeting vloggers now, giving up on the sports side. That makes no sense, because there are much better cameras for vlogging than these. Despite whatever the influencers are telling you, this is not a vlogging camera. The reason it overheats so often, and so many people are pissed with that, is because they're filming themselves in their houses talking about their cats. You can pick up Sony ZV-E1 or whatever it is, with a nice pop-up screen, which will give you way better image quality, sound, everything. It's not even comparable to GoPro or any other action camera for that matter. Why would you do this on a GoPro? That's why it overheats. It's designed to be outdoors. It's designed to be having some airflow around it. I never had overheating problems. I'm not saying they don't exist when you're doing sports. I personally never experienced them. I had plethora of other issues with the cameras. And oh yeah, I forgot about this cool magnetic attachment that you have to buy separately because it doesn't come with the camera and it costs $25. Sure, GoPro, thank you. The annoying thing is it feels like GoPro's being run by the marketing department, not by engineers, who probably meet once a year for a beer going like, we can sell the same shit another year, people won't notice. Like, we do notice. I think there's a lot of people waking up right now going like, you're screwing us over, guys. This is not okay. So basically, I've done the unthinkable and I bought myself the Action 4. Since I can't rely on this, I thought I'm gonna give DJI a go. And you know what? I kind of regret not doing this earlier. So get a load of this. I took it out of the box, I charged it, and side note, this actually charges really quickly, which is pretty surprising coming off the GoPros, but probably shouldn't be surprising if I was actually looking into these earlier on. So I charged it up, got changed, got out for a kite surfing session, came off the water, checked the footage, everything was there. The camera didn't die between me charging it and putting it in a van and driving to the spot. And the image quality is awesome. To be fair, I do like the GoPro colors better, but this is very, very close. So basically, out of the box, onto a charger, into the water, no dramas. As it should be. I like things that just work. And by the way, the magnetic mount and a cage that allows you to mount it vertically is included in the standard package. And because it's on sale right now, I think I've paid $250 for this. Compared to 400 quid offering from GoPro, that's a bargain. And I appreciate there's gonna be 5th edition coming out probably soon, and I'm got suckered into this. But this is an actual massive upgrade, even though it came out, what, a year or 2 years ago? It's a huge step up from the GoPro quality. Not even mentioning the low light capabilities of this versus the 12 or a 13 or 11. Same thing. Here's a comparison of me riding electric skateboard on this, and both were recorded in log, so I tried to give both cameras the best shot at low light performance. Only grading I did on that was just applying the LUT from log to 709. So that's how it looks like out of the camera. You can clearly tell a difference here. So GoPro, seriously, you've got one product, you're just making cameras, you're not making millions of other things. Can you please focus on making something that we can actually buy, where we feel that we are upgrading and not just getting the same repackaged camera year on year? At least Apple had the decency of adding one extra button to their iPhones just to make them look different. To be fair, there's quite a few other upgrades and I'm probably stepping in the pile of shit here. So nah, if you're in the market for a new camera, definitely don't get the GoPro 13. If you can count on the deal for 11 or 12, if you want to stick to GoPro, absolutely highly recommend it. Picture quality, you're not going to gain anything with the 13, you're just going to pay more for the same thing. And also you won't be able to use your old batteries, which is an absolute bollocks. So I know there's a technical explanation to the batteries, but I think it's just a money grab. It just doesn't really make any sense. The other alternative is going with the DJI Osmo Action because, quite frankly, for $250, that's a much better deal than whatever you're gonna find on GoPro's website. I feel that the battery life is better, the quality in low light conditions is much better, and the quality of the image in great lighting conditions is just as good as GoPro. It is very much down to your personal taste whether GoPro or DJI's footage looks better. But according in log, you can still grade it to your liking. The only thing I would avoid personally is the Insta Pro, because first of all, non-replaceable lens covers, that's absolutely unacceptable on action sports camera. And also that flippity screen. I mean, if you're a vlogger, well, if you're a vlogger, we established that there are much better cameras than action cams for that. But that flippity screen, I would probably break it within first couple of sessions. That's a big no-go, at least from me. And like with most of my videos, this is not sponsored. This is me ranting out about spending my own money on something I want to enjoy out of the box, working with the least amount of drama possible. So if I missed anything in this video, let me know in the comments. If you're having issues with DJI, let me know so I know what to anticipate. And if you want to rant about the GoPro, please do, that's okay. Just please be civil about this. So yeah, that's pretty much everything from me. I left some links down below. If you're gonna click them, I will get some commission. I really don't care if you're gonna buy either our camera or whatever else you're buying on Amazon. This is just more of a pencil rant because I felt that I'm getting shocked and you're probably feeling the same. So as always, have a good one and I'll see you in the next video.